Fanatics Fest NYC. It's the Stephen A. Smith Show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you live from the Jacob Javits Center site of the 3rd annual Fanatics Fest inside the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. Stephen A. Smith, courtesy Mad Dog Sports Radio. 888 Mad Dog 6 is always the number to call up. This 888-623-3646. It's beautiful to be up here in the Jacob Javits Center. I see a whole bunch of people in front of me. Thank y'all so much for the love and support, because we got stars all over the place. So the fact that y'all are standing here in front of me, watching me do my thing, I appreciate it. I know y'all ain't gonna be standing here the whole damn time, but I appreciate the time that y'all giving me. Thank y'all very much. Let's just get right to the news. We had the Jacob Javits Center. LeBron James was in the house, made some noise. I know most people are sick and tired of the drama king from the standpoint of where the hell you go. Well, I mean, what the hell is all the suspense about? I'm one of those too, but I want to make sure that I state the obvious. The brother does have a right to take his time. He is LeBron James. He's a 4-time champion, 4-time league MVP. Even at age 41, in my opinion, still a top 15 player in the world. And the reality is that where he goes could potentially have the kind of impact for a championship squad. You go to Cleveland, that's a championship squad. You go to Miami, that's a championship squad. You go to Philly, that's a championship squad. Golden State, not so much. Not so much. And one of the things that we got to sit back and talk about as we analyze and dissect where LeBron James is going to go. We can sit up there and say, damn it, you know where you going. You know where you going. You just dragging this out because you love the headlines, all right? And the World Cup is going on and you ain't trying to share it with anybody. So you just letting that happen, dragging it on, filling the suspense, and then sometime next week he's gonna probably let us know he's going back to Cleveland. Now, let me state for the record, at some point in time, we got to speculate about where exactly is the best landing spot for this brother. I want to say this, whether it's the best landing spot or not, I can attest to the fact that there are worse places to go than Miami. I just want everybody to know that. For those of you who haven't been fortunate enough to go to Miami, all I'm going to say is como esta, como esta. It is a very, very, very special place for a variety of reasons. And any man, and I do mean any man, that decides that he wants to go to South Beach, I am not going to knock him one bit. A matter of fact, I'm going to applaud it. Let me be very, very clear. Y'all figure out why. Having said all of that, from a basketball standpoint, Giannis, Adebayo, Bobby Portis, your front line is stacked. You don't have guards. Davion Mitchell can ball. Tim Hardaway Jr. is there, but you need a lot more. You need a lot more. But that front line is stacked, and LeBron there with the ball in his hands. From a basketball standpoint, it's the best situation for him. If lifestyle is what's important, that damn sure is a better situation for him, except compared to Golden State, because there you got the babyface assassin, who's the greatest shooter God has ever created in the Bay Area. And by the way, since you LeBron and you can afford the PJ, you can leave a game or practice and hop on a jet 45 minutes later, you chilling in Brentwood with the family. So you can't underestimate that. If he stays in out west and he decides to play for Golden State, we all know it's family. It's about the family, which he has earned the right to do. If he decides to take his talents to South Beach, we have to confess that is not a bad move. It is not a bad move, not at all. Cleveland is a different matter. And Cleveland is why I believe their situation puts him, they are ahead of the curve of everybody else. Because if LeBron James goes back to Cleveland, he passes gas, they'll call it perfume. There is nothing that he can do wrong in the city of Cleveland and its surrounding areas in the state of Ohio. He is deified. He is a godlike figure in that area of the country. He can do no wrong. They'll probably erect a statue for him while he's playing. And by the way, he'll deserve it because of what he has done for that city, what he has done for that state, what he has done for that franchise. And because of that is why I believe they have an edge over the Miami Heat. See, if LeBron goes back to Miami, that's for Pat Riley. Pat Riley benefits. Pat Riley's the one that benefits. The legacy of Pat Riley, the winner within, the guy who won as a player, a coach, and an executive that's 81 years of age, and most of us, myself included, thought he was beyond his prime because he couldn't get stars to come and play in Miami, but then managed to go out there and get LeBron. Giannis. For him to pull that off is unbelievable. So if he got LeBron too, and Miami is back in the thick of things, and they win a championship, Pat Riley is the one that benefits. LeBron goes to Cleveland, it's his shot. He ain't working for Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson working for him. He ain't working for Kobe Altman. Kobe Altman is working for him. Dan Gilbert's the owner, cutting the checks, and he's still working for LeBron James. Don't get me started with James Harden and who he working for. Donovan Mitchell getting ready to sign a 4-year, $273 million extension, and he'll still be working for LeBron James. LeBron James goes back to Cleveland. Y'all remember the movie? What is it? Coming to America? You remember when Eddie Murphy when his daddy, played by James Earl Jones, sat up there and said, you know, go out there, sow your wild oats, have fun. And then Eddie Murphy met who was supposed to be a future wife, and he asked her what she liked. She says, whatever you like. Whatever you like. That's everybody in Cleveland if LeBron James goes back. Everybody, whatever you like. It's the truth. So if you can go back home and you don't have to worry about being compromised in any way. You're deified, and this is the last 2 years of your career. What situation can be better than that for a dude that's entered the twilight of his career? To be able to go someplace where nothing on earth will go against you. He can shoot 2 for 20. We'll find a way to blame James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. He can sit up there and have 15 rebounds. We'll find a way to talk about Evan Mobley or Jared Allen. He can sit up there and shoot bricks, don't play defense. We'll talk about why y'all ain't covering him. He's 41 years of age in his 24th season. Why the hell y'all ain't got his back? He can do no wrong. He can do no wrong. He can run over a dog in the street and we'll blame the dog. Why the hell was he there? There is nothing that LeBron James can do wrong if he ends up going back to Cleveland. Anywhere else, it's a different beast. But he go back to Cleveland, he can do no wrong. Philly is an interesting thing. Philly is an interesting thing because Tyrese Maxey is there. Jaylen Brown is now there. VJ Edgecombe is there. If Joel Embiid is at 50% come playoff time, and LeBron is there with that crew, Sixers win the chip. Sixers win the chip. Now, one of the things that I got to give is not me. I got to give my colleague, Jay Williams, at ESPN, mad love and credit for this. Got to give him credit. Jay Williams went on Get Up this morning on ESPN, and he talked about how nobody's brought up the New York Knicks. Why hasn't anybody mentioned the New York Knicks? Because remember, as an unrestricted free agent, free to go anywhere, knowing that teams are limited in the money that they could give him, LeBron ain't using a money play in terms of his salary. But if he went to New York and they won again with him there, even though it's Jalen Brunson's team, the bottom line is he would stand the profit because it's right down the block from Wall Street. He is a businessman. He is worth over $1 billion, and you don't go broke winning for the New York Knicks. Whatever money you make, you're going to make exponentially more with the New York playing for the New York Knicks if you win for the New York Knicks. So that's something that we cannot ignore. We can't ignore it. But the bottom line is, if I had to venture to guess, and I do not know, I know I broke the story in 2010 that he was taking his talents to South Beach, but damn it, I ain't got that job no more. That's Shams Charania. I don't have to do that anymore. You understand? I ain't got to chase no damn stories. I got a damn show. I got shows to do. This, First Take, YouTube channel. I got too many damn jobs to be chasing with. Damn it, I'll learn when you want to tell us. I ain't chasing you down. I ain't trying to do all of that. But the bottom line is those are the options. Those are the kind of things that LeBron James has at his disposal. I have no problem with him making us wait. It makes sense. Why announce it during the World Cup when you can make everybody wait? You can have the world, the basketball world that is, transfixed on whatever it is that you're going to do. And remember, he just spent the last year and a half feeling underappreciated in L.A. since Luka Doncic arrived. So for him, it's good to see the attention that he's getting and the respect that he's being given, and the people to recognizing what he brings to the table. That's what they're saying. Me personally, I think it's a little bit too much, but who cares? He has the right to do it. God bless him. Wishing him nothing but the best. And wherever he goes, as Commissioner Adam Silver said just yesterday or the day before, wherever LeBron James goes is going to have a profound impact on the NBA schedule. Y'all play that sound for me, please, so the audience can hear it.
Where LeBron plays will affect the schedule. So I would like him to make his announcement already so we can finish the schedule, because as you might imagine, the teams are calling us, the networks are calling us, and everybody wants to lock in the schedule. But it will influence how we set the schedule, how he set opening week, Christmas Day, etc. So I need him to make a decision, but the direct answer is I have no inside information.
Here's where we have to give LeBron even more respect. He's 41 years of age. The Lakers were getting bounced out in the first round, and this time the second round of the playoffs, they got swept by OKC. They ain't sniffed at a title in 5 years. And this brother still moves the needle. We got to give respect where respect is due. We got to give it to him, okay? And right now, as we sit here today, it's got me thinking, because we're here in New York City. The ESPYs was at the Lincoln Center the other night. I saw the New York Knicks being celebrated as they deserve to be celebrated. And I just found myself, when we talk about greatness, I got to switch gears to all the sports fans out here and ask a simple, albeit rhetorical question. When are we going to start talking about Jalen Brunson as a superstar in the NBA? I mean, I got to admit, I'm one of the people that was hesitant. Because, you know, if you're watching basketball, in New York City particularly, it could be West 4th, it could be Rutgers, it could be in Harlem on 103rd, it could be a variety of places, for crying out loud. We're looking at your athleticism. We're looking at how spectacular you can be, and we're leaving it at that, as opposed to looking at somebody like Jalen Brunson, who doesn't play above the rim at 6'1", doesn't necessarily wow you with his speed, his athleticism, or whatever. But I'm looking at him, and I'm like, he's busting a lot of people's ass. I mean, left and right, night and day, you know, and when it really gets heated, when it really gets tight, listen, if you look at the first couple of games of San Antonio, first few games, over the first 3 quarters, he wasn't that spectacular. It wasn't until the fourth quarter arrived that he said, okay, now it's time. Last time I checked, that's how we measure greatness. I'm looking at the World Cup, and I'm watching Argentina versus England the other day, and Argentina's down 1-0, and everything in me said, Messi's coming. I don't know when, but Messi's coming. Why? Because he's great and they are not. There's nobody out there that's on his level. He's 39. He's an old man compared to the rest of those cats out there, and he is schooling them. He's coming. Like, what you gonna do about it? When you see that level of greatness, that's what it is. And the reason I bring up Jalen Brunson is because, getting back to LeBron, why should we want LeBron in New York if the New York Knicks stand here as the reigning, defending NBA champions? I gotta admit to you, there's 2 things that I'm gonna admit. Number one, we in New York, we don't need LeBron. We don't need him. We the Knicks, we the champions. The reigning, defending NBA champions. And damn it, let me teach y'all something right now. When you're the champion, understand that lasts until you get knocked off. You ain't stopped being the champion come October and November. Nah, you're the reigning, defending NBA champion. Until that April or that May or that June, when you get knocked off, you are the reigning, defending NBA champion. So as champions in this city, I want y'all, don't let somebody tell y'all, all right, that was last season. Now it's this season. Now bump that. You the champion until somebody knock you off. You playing in November, December, January, February, March, April, May. You the champion. Knicks in 5, baby. 5. All right? That's what I'm saying. You're the champion. So you don't get to sit back and tell us that we ain't the champions. They are the reigning, defending NBA champions until further notice. You know what? We don't need LeBron. We the champions. We the champions. Here's the flip side. Had the Knicks not won the championship, I'm going to tell y'all right here, I'm going to keep it a buck. I was prepared to go on TV and beg LeBron James to come to New York. I was prepared to sit up there and say, yo, man, we good. You know, we need you in New York City. Come on in. You know, I was prepared to call James Dolan. Let's figure out a way to put another $1 billion in his pocket. Let's figure that out. Because, damn it, we starving. We need all the help we could get. If the Knicks had not won, I would have been the first dude on the microphone and the cameras, in front of the cameras, begging LeBron James to come to New York. But because we did it, don't need him. Times and circumstances have changed. We the reigning defending champions. We don't need them. We don't need them. A matter of fact, if he went to Cleveland, I'm not sure they'd beat us then. I'm not sure about that. I'm not going against the Knicks. I mean, we did sweep Cleveland. We swept them. They brought the broomsticks. So that's where I'm at with it. That's how I feel about it. And I think that kind of stuff is important to bring up. You know what? You don't want to rest on your laurels. You don't want to be complacent. You don't want to sit there and act like, yo, I've done it, so because of that, I don't have to do it again. My man Karl Anthony Towns is in the building. He was back there talking to me a few minutes ago. Anthony Davis is with the Washington Wizards. Trae Young, they just signed up. You drafted A.J. DeBonza, who is going to be an all-world player, by the way. The Washington Wizards got some pieces so long as Anthony Davis can stay healthy. But in the end, what it comes down to, they all looking up at the Knicks. There is one team that can legitimately get away with saying it don't have to be us, and that's the Oklahoma City Thunder. San Antonio Spurs can't say that. When you lose a 29-point lead in the second half of Game 4, I'm sorry, you don't get to sit up there and talk nothing. You lost. But you Oklahoma City, let's keep it a buck. If J-Dub, Jalen Williams, and A.J. Mitchell were not hurt, San Antonio likely don't get to the finals. It's OKC. And if OKC was going up against the New York Knicks, here's the one safe thing that we could say. Shea Butter, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he would not have played as badly as De'Aaron Fox played. We know this, the reigning two-time league MVP. So I think all of those things are important to bring up. You know, my nephew Josh is here. Man, bring your ass around here real quick. Hurry up. Hurry up. You know, it's my nephew here. I got to give him love. He's here with y'all. I said hurry up. Don't make me rush you. Jump on the damn stage. Look at you. Look at you. Jump on the damn stage, you old ass. Hurry up. Put on the headphones.
Knicks in 5, we did it.
You got any issue with what I said?
Yeah, you see you still up here giving other people credit. Shea who? Jalen Brunson swept every basketball award this year. Why are we talking about Canadians? No offense. All right, clean it up.
Well, that is the one team. He got his own security.
You got security. He's supposed to be wearing black, but
you know what I'm saying? Huh? You do understand that that's the one dude Jalen Brunson didn't beat. Like, they didn't play him in the playoffs, but I'm just saying, when they go against each other the last 2 regular seasons, they went up against Shea Butter, they didn't beat him. You know that, right?
Well,
I'm just saying, do you know that?
Shea was supposed to beat the Spurs to get the cup. You lost to the Spurs then. Shea was supposed to lose in the finals to us, but you lost to the Spurs first. We can't beat Wemby for you. We beat him after. Jalen Brunson, champion. I don't see enough Knicks jerseys in here neither. Clap it up. And I hear you over here giving credit to Giannis on First Take, too, in Miami.
I got him as a top 4 team. I didn't have them as number 1. I had the Knicks as number 1. You trying to tell me that Giannis and Miami Heat are not a top 4 team in the Eastern Conference this upcoming year?
Yeah, they're a top 14.
They're top 14.
They're top 14.
And this dude's shaking his head. No, I got it. Your basketball card's going to get stripped. Yeah. Top 14.
Top 14.
Top 14. The Eastern, first of all, is by default. Jaylen Brown is no longer in Boston.
Right.
Jason Tatum's got something to prove.
Right.
All right? In Boston, without Jaylen Brown. You've got Cade Cunningham in Detroit. He don't have to necessarily help. I'm about to interview Paolo Banchero for Orlando. That brother is ready, but I don't know if the team is, so that remains to be seen. You got all of that going on. But I'm not giving Giannis extra credit, but we acting like the brother ain't capable of averaging 30 and 12.
He is. I still got the Celtics. I got them being better than Philly this year.
The Celtics?
Yes.
Take off the headphones. Get out of
Well,
here. Get it. That's just ignorant. That's just ignorant.
Listen.
That's just ignorant.
Look.
That's just ignorant.
You got to go.
You're supposed to be security. Don't be shaking your head. Just stand there. Just stand there.
The Knicks showed you that chemistry beats names. So the Celtics got Derek White. He's been there. Peyton, he's been there. Jason Tatum, he's been there. That's not a big 3, but
so
Philly,
Jaylen Brown with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe doesn't faze you?
It's not faze me, but the last time
Didn't the Boston Celtics just lose a 3-1 lead with those guys on the squad, even though Jason Tatum was on the bench?
Yeah.
All right, so what are you talking about? You going to put them over the Sixers?
Jaylen Brown lost that 3-1 lead.
So
now he's on Philly.
he's a 28-point-per-game scorer and an MVP candidate.
Are we talking about points? Or we
talking
about winning?
about MVP candidate. He did win 56 games this year.
Listen, without Tatum being healthy, he's a first-round loser. And I said it, not you, so don't get into no beef over that, but I'm speaking facts.
A first-round loser.
First-round loser.
So 2 years ago, he didn't win a championship and a Finals MVP.
With who? A healthy Jason Tatum. Say it with me.
Who was the Finals MVP?
You had a good Finals, but it's 3 rounds before that. Jason Tatum led the team in points, assists, and rebounds.
Okay.
I'm here to speak the facts.
Okay. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Take it easy.
Y'all meet me over there.
Nephew Josh in the house.
Knicks in 5, we did it.
The man is talking like he shot a 3. That's my nephew, y'all. That's what I have to deal with. You know, so by the way, those are the first time I see him with a pair of shades that ain't mine. His Steven ass self. 888 Mad Dog 6 is always the number to call up. It's 888-623-3646. He's a stud. He's a star in this league. His team got a little ways to go, but this brother doesn't. He's special. The one and only Paolo Banchero for the Orlando Magic. He's up next right here with Stephen A. SiriusXM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Back with more in a minute. lot of people in here. Looking forward to talking to my next guest. Top overall NBA draft pick in 2022. A star for the Orlando Magic, the one and only Paolo Banchero is in the house, y'all. What's going on, big time? It's good to see you, my man. How you doing? Oh, my goodness. It's good to see you. First things first, how would you describe this NBA offseason for yourself?
For myself, it's been great. I've been locked in. I've been working. Definitely the hardest I've worked in the off season, and just enjoying time around the family, friends. But it's been great though. How
enjoyable have these off seasons been? Because we continue to watch you, and we see you shine. Yeah. But collectively, as the team, the Orlando Magic come up short in the playoffs. I gotta imagine as somebody as successful as you are as an individual, that it's starting to creep up at you. You've been in the league a little while, and you're like, look, damn it, we gotta compete for a championship. Talk to me about what that's like mentally for you these off seasons.
Absolutely. Like you said, your first couple of years, you're just happy to be here and trying to figure it all out. And after losing 3 years in a row in the first round, that sense of urgency is definitely there for me. Just to work as hard as I can and keep my mind on the main goal, which is obviously to win in the postseason and to get, past the first round, and deep into the playoffs. So that's all that's been on my mind this summer. Obviously getting ready for the grind of the 82-game season, but also doing what I need to do, physically and mentally to get ready for, a playoff run, because that's what we're trying to do.
When those losses happened, particularly this last one when y'all were up 3-1 on Detroit and they came back and won 3 straight, what are the kind of things you said to your team, meaning the front office? What'd you say to them? Because I know you spoke to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I just said, that we shouldn't be satisfied. Obviously, this last year was probably the one that hurt the most, I would say, being up 3-1, losing in Game 7, and feeling like we really had a real shot. Franz going down hurt us. And so, definitely just telling everybody that, we can't be satisfied. Losing the first round, that can't be, the standard. That's not good enough. And so I think everyone that was already understood. And I know me, myself, some of the guys on the team, we've been having a lot of conversations over this summer. We were all just in Vegas,
right?
Working out and stuff like that. And you could tell it's a different type of mentality. It's a different level of focus. And I think everybody's ready to take that next step. So it's exciting, but, we also know it's a lot of work to be done.
We're talking to one and only Paolo Banchero of the Orlando Magic right here with Stephen A. SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. I knew there was going to be a change. I'm a fan of Coach Mosley. I like him a lot, but I knew there was going to be a change when y'all lost the Game 6. You had a 24-point lead, and then they came back and they got that and, of course, beat y'all in the Game 7. I knew that changed. When you see a coaching change, sometimes it's two different kinds of attitude. One is, all right, you know what, that's on us. Yeah. Another is, damn it, we needed some kind of change. Yeah. What was the mentality of the team?
I mean, I think we were all just like, we had to accept it for what it was. Obviously the front office made their decision, and, we had to continue to move forward,
right.
Like you said. It is on us as the players. We was up 3-1. We was up 24-25 in Game 6. And so you take that responsibility as, we didn't do enough as a team, right, and as players on the court to win that series and to advance. But, you got to move on. You got to move on, and you got to move forward, and you got to be excited for what's next. And I think everybody's excited for what's next.
Right.
We're excited, and I think it's going to be great.
You're sitting there talking about you're working out in the offseason harder than you've worked. And I'm looking at a brother that averaged 26.9.
Yeah.
27, 9, and 6 in the postseason. That's what you were doing. So what the hell were you working on? I need to hear this. What did you think you need to? What do you think you need to work on with your game? I don't see too many weaknesses.
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just to be in elite shape. I think the last two seasons I've dealt with a little bit of injuries. And so being in elite shape, making sure my body's ready for the grind of the season, ready to go the distance, and getting my mind, challenging my mind with workouts and certain things I'm doing, conditioning, and just trying to, be bulletproof almost, right, if I can. Obviously I do play really well in the playoffs, but it hasn't been enough. And so that's always on my mind is that, regardless of the numbers and some of the games I've had, it still hasn't been enough to advance. So it's a lot more work for me to do, and that's just been my mindset. I'm kind of starting, back from zero. I feel like,
right.
I think you know, we have to take the next step. I have to take the next step. And so I'm just putting that pressure on myself, not in a bad way, in a good way.
We can't forget Franz Wagner. I mean, he got hurt. He was out for, you know, game, what is it, 5, 6, and 7, if I remember correctly. I mean, do you feel like if you had him, it would have been a different outcome?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Franz is, you know, he's a absolute key to our team. We're not the same when he's not out there, and you could see that, you know, once he went down. Just the versatility he brings on both sides of the ball, being, you know, 6'10", he's my height. He can guard 1 through 5, really 1 through 4. High-level defender. Then offensively, he just brings balance with his attacking, and you know, he's a very cerebral and high IQ player, and you know, he's one of the leaders on our team. So, you know, seeing him go down, not only was it a loss for what he does on the court, but it was a loss for, you know, his voice and, you know, his IQ and the presence that he brings.
Not asking you to mention any players or anything like that, but if do you look at your roster and feel like y'all have enough if y'all are healthy, or do you feel like there's a missing piece here or there that needs to be filled? And if so, what would that be?
No, I think we do have enough. You know, I mean, we won 45 games this year, and if you ask anybody in the building, you know, it was not our best. We did not put our best foot forward as a team, really from the start of the season to the end, you know. So we were able to win 45 games, get in the playoffs, be up 3-1 with a chance to advance, and we didn't make it happen. So I think everyone is left with that sour taste. But I think when we all look each other in the building and look each other in the eyes, we know that our team is enough. And the way we're able to match up with teams and guard and, you know, use our versatility and our size, and, you know, we have things that a lot of teams don't have, and we know that. So excited for what the new staff can come in and do with us and put us in the right positions and get us to, you know, play together as one. But I think when you look in that locker room, though, we have enough.
The one and only Parliament here right here with Stephen A. Obviously, you've been paying attention to what's been going on in the offseason.
Absolutely.
Jaylen Brown is no longer in Boston. He's in Philly.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, assuming this investigation gets finished up, he's going to get traded to Toronto. Giannis is in Miami. Yep. LeBron might be coming to Miami or Cleveland or Philly. Yeah. As you scour what's been going on in the Eastern Conference, what has stood out in your mind based on what you see in this offseason?
Man, I would just say how balanced it is. You know, it's stars going everywhere. Like you said, Kawhi going back to Toronto, Giannis going to Miami. You know, you got LeBron possibly coming back to the East and joining one of those teams. So Jaylen Brown moving to Philly. In Boston, you know, getting Mitchell Robinson and Paul George. And New York still the champions, right? So it's a lot of teams that are going to come into the season feeling like they have a real shot to win it, including us. And so it makes me excited. You know, there won't be any off nights next year in the East. You know, it's every night in the East is going to be a dogfight. And just looking forward to it. You know, looking forward to it. I think this is going to be the best the Eastern Conference has been, you know, since I've been in the NBA. So I'm excited for the challenge.
Now, you and I have a good relationship, man. I got a lot of love and respect for you. I remember first time I met you was on draft night because I was screaming about he better get drafted #1 overall. It better not be somebody else get drafted #1. It better be him. And sure enough, the Orlando Magic exercised their wisdom, and they got you. And I always told you, I'll always root for you, except against the Knicks. I want to root against. So I want to know, Paolo, how does it feel right now to sit here in New York City knowing that this is the home of the champions? I mean, did you expect it? Did you see it coming?
I'm not going to lie. You go ask anybody, I called it.
Really?
I saw just the way they were playing. You know, the way they were playing that first-round series against Atlanta after they lost a game.
Right.
And then going on, you know, the rest of the playoffs, like they went like 19 straight games without losing, and you could just see it. You know, they were clicking. You know, Cat was playing a lot better, and they were looking a lot more balanced. And I was telling my homies when the Western Conference Finals was going on, you know, my homies were you know, they think the West is a lot better than the East, and I was telling them, I was like, man, whoever comes out the West, I got New York.
You was gonna pick New York even if OKC made it?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. I just thought they were the best team this year. You know, even going back to NBA Cup. You know, we were out there. We played them in the semifinals. So, I thought they were the most complete team, offensively, defensively. Offensively, they're really hard to stop. Obviously, you got Brunson, who's the head of the snake, but then you look, it's Bridges, it's Cat, it's OG. You got Mitchell coming in on the glass. You got McBride. Like, they just had a complete team in my eyes. And, you know, they really showed that in the playoffs. I feel like, you know, it was like almost, especially towards the end, it kind of felt inevitable, you know, with some of them games, man. Like, You know, watching that 29-point comeback, like, you just kind of knew that stuff was going to go their way. You know, it was just something. It was something the way it felt. You know, so obviously, I'm not the happiest that they won. You know, but I could see it coming.
I made this statement. I want you to feel free to correct me if you think I'm wrong. I thought Jalen Brunson saved the NBA, and I'm gonna tell you why. Wemby was coming.
Yeah.
He's 7'5", and if we're sitting here today talking about Victor Wembanyama as the NBA champion, we're seeing a league that's going to evolve itself around trying to find how you defend against some dude 7'5".
Right.
So everybody that gets drafted, looked at, big up or whatever, got to be 6'9", 6'10", 7 feet, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when Jalen Brunson at 6'1", doing what he did at the elite level that he did it, to me, okay, he can do it. So guess what? You can look at anybody.
Exactly.
You can look at Ant-Man. You can look at a whole bunch of people and go like this. All right, he did it. What y'all gonna do?
Right.
That's why I say he saved the NBA. What do you think about that?
I agree. I agree. I think it's just like, you know, in this business, in this game, in pro sports in general, I think, you know, you got to pay your dues and wait your turn. And I feel like, you know, Brunson, when he was with Dallas and New York, you know, he had playoff runs where he came up short. You know, that team had playoff runs where they came up short. And, you know, you could just tell this year that they had a different look in their eyes and that they was determined. And Brunson just, you know, with Brunson, it's not about the size or the skill. It's about, you know, I think he's just a hell of a basketball player.
Right.
And he goes out there and he plays to win every night. And that's something I admire about him. You know, I got to know him playing on the World Cup team with him. And he's a hell of a leader, one of the more harder workers that I've been around. And so wasn't surprised by the way he performed. And, you know, I think it's good for the game for a guy like him to win Finals MVP and lead his team to a championship. And like you said, it kind of you look at everybody else around the league, like you said, and it's now like, you know, who's going to be next, or, you know, what are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? It's been 8 different champions the last 8 years.
Last 8 years.
Like I said earlier, everybody feels like they got a shot to go win. So it's exciting time.
Listen, he ain't the only good brother. You are one too, and you do a lot of stuff. You know, he does a lot of stuff on the court, off the court. So do you. You got a, what is it, P5 Elite Camp you got coming up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that camp.
Yeah, no, we got a P5 Elite Camp coming up end of July in Seattle. Jordan Brand sponsored camp.
Okay.
And bringing the top underclassmen in the country around to Seattle, my hometown, for a 2-day, or really 3-day camp, and just getting the top players in the country. Obviously, we bring a lot of pros back. You know, myself, Jamal Crawford, Isaiah Thomas, Spencer Hawes, Jaden McDaniels, all of us from the area.
JC, one of my favorite people, Jamal Crawford.
Yes, sir, that's my guy.
You know I call him And1.
Yeah.
That brother, he'll boogie on anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Jamal Crawford, special,
He's
bro.
a savant.
He was special, no question.
Savant. And so, yeah, we're going to have the top underclassmen. Last year was our first year doing it. A lot of the top high schoolers you see right now, you know, Beckham Black and Marcus, DeMarcus Henry.
Right.
A lot of those top high schoolers coming up right now were all there last year. So J.J. Crawford, Jamal's son, is #1 freshman in the country. He'll be there. So just a really exciting time, you know, just to bring basketball to the city of Seattle. You know, obviously they've been missing, but just to bring high-level basketball, high-level players, just for them to get a feel of the Seattle basketball culture and get a chance to just compete against one another.
So how many years have you been doing this? Is this the first?
This is my second.
This is your second
Yes,
year.
sir.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
love doing it. You're going to be doing that a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very passionate about the grassroots space and just giving back to, you know, these kids. Obviously, I had a lot of people help me on my journey that helped me, and they paid it forward to me. So I feel like it's my duty to help the kids, and I just love being in the gym. So
what kind of stuff, like when you're giving them advice, whether it's about their on-court performance or how they have to comport themselves off the court, talk about that for a second and the kind of words of advice that you try to give them. You and the crew, all of y'all.
I'm just trying to, you know, prepare them for what's to come. Obviously, college looks a lot different now. You know, it looks sort of like the pros with all the money you can make and the way colleges and coaches are operating now with transfer portal and NIL. It's a lot that's going to be on their plate at a young age. And so just trying to get that out in front of them. You know, these kids are 15, 16, you know, maybe 17 years old. And so trying to get this on their radar that, you know, same thing Jamal Crawford told me when I was that age. You know, remember him telling me we'd go to the gym, he would tell me, you know, the NBA is not as far away as you think. You know, you're going to be getting paid to do this pretty soon, and, you know, you got to be ready for it. So trying to relay that message to them, and then, you know, any questions they have or concerns, you know, being open to answering and helping them out, because, you know, if you can take these 3 days with the kids and help a kid, you know, whatever it is, with advice or something he's struggling with or something he needs to try to figure out, and he can go on and figure it out and become a pro or become make money to help take care of his family.
Right.
I think that's a win in my book. So just trying to help these kids and also give them a cool experience. Not many of them get to come all the way to Seattle.
Right.
That's
a long flight.
That's a long flight.
That's a long flight.
So just appreciate them for coming out and showing them something different.
Would you like to see a team back in Seattle?
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, hopefully it happens. I know I've seen, you've seen the.
I think it's a great sport.
the
I think it's a
expansion.
great basketball city.
It is, it is.
It really is.
Yeah.
GP and Sean Kemp and the crew and what it was like when they were there.
Right.
I would love to see a team. But my only critique about Seattle is two things. Number one, it's a long-ass flight. It's a long-ass flight. I mean, it really, really is, okay? It's like 2-3 hours away from everything, for crying out loud, right?
Everything.
Even though Vancouver's nearby.
Right.
Vancouver's a marvelous city in Canada, and that's nearby. The other thing is, it rains a lot there, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It rains a lot.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
They need more sunshine.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what they say, global warming or whatever that is.
Paulo Banchero right here with Stephen A. SiriusXM Mad Dog Radio. All the best to you, my man. Proud of
Yes,
you.
sir.
Keep
Thank
doing
you.
your thing. Orlando is going to do what this upcoming season?
Man, I think we're gonna take that next step this year. We're gonna get out the first round and we're gonna make a run in the playoffs.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Important regular season, though. Seeding.
Oh,
How
yeah.
important do you view that?
That's the most important.
Right.
That's the most important. We gotta be top four. We gotta get home court.
Yep.
And give ourselves a chance to, rest and get ready for the playoffs. You don't want to be in the play-in, playing all them games and then have to go to a series.
That is true, too. And plus, the last 2 years, Cleveland and Detroit, y'all didn't have home court events. You're
No.
right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to get home court.
No. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Yes, sir. Good
All the
seeing
best.
you.
Always here for
Appreciate you.
The one and only Paulo Banchero for the Orlando Magic. The brother's a stud. He's a baller. Right here on Stephen A. Smith Show, SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. 888 Mad Dog 6 is always the number to call. It's 888-623-3646. Back with your calls and more before the one and only Logan Paul shows up. Stick around. It's Stephen A. in the house. I'm not going anywhere. 51 minutes past hour number 1 back here, the Stephen A. Smith Show, SiriusXM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Going to the phones, late in hour number 2, we'll have the one and only Logan Paul on the show with us. Looking forward to hearing from him, WWE star, no doubt. Until then, I'm going to be here with you, with the callers. We'll get into a little something about Caitlin Clark in hour number 2 as well. Something that need to be said. Sick and tired of the dancing around the issues. You're going to keep it a buck. That's what we're going to do. Let's go to Milton in North Carolina. You're live with Stephen A. Milton, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
All right, talk to me, Milton. What's up?
I'm curious, so why isn't anything said about Argentina and the way it treats people of color instead of cheering them on to win the World Cup?
Say what? I couldn't understand what you said. What did you say?
Why is it so much support from you and some of the people from your staff being thrown towards Argentina and Messi, seeing the way they treat people of color?
First of all, I went into that yesterday. I pointed out how Argentina is 0.7% black. I pointed out how after Nazi Germany took place, a lot of people fled to Argentina. We're very, very familiar with their history. We pointed out all of that, but we're talking about soccer. And so as a result, you can point out those two things can be true. You can point out how there's an abundance of people here in the United States that came from Argentina that have engaged in prejudicial, bias, or dare I say racist behavior, and we certainly haven't condoned that. A matter of fact, we called it out, but in the same breath, in case you haven't noticed, sir, they're in the finals. And they've been kicking people's ass along the way. And so the point is that if you're talking about soccer, you don't get to sit back and say, well, you know what, they're racist, therefore we're going to ignore the fact that they win in the World Cup. They're in the finals. They're the reigning champions, and on top of it all, they're back in the finals. You can abhor the behavior of Argentinians here who are acting that way, while in the same breath acknowledge that Messi is an all-world player, probably the greatest in the world, and it's going to take all that Spain has in its arsenal to knock him off. He's gone? Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I said what I had to say. Let me go to Alex in Miami. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Alex?
Hey, how you doing today, sir?
I'm all right. Talk to me.
I wanted to congratulate you on your New York Knicks winning the NBA Finals. I was one of the ones that thought the Spurs were going to go ahead and beat them, but I was definitely wrong. I just wish it would have been the 93, 94 Knickerbockers, because that's the team that I really fell in love with. But although I'm a Heat fan, I'm real happy the Knicks won, sir.
Okay. Well, I mean, I appreciate you congratulating and acknowledging the champions that are the New York Knicks. Thank you very, very much. It's been 53 years since we've been able to say that, and we're gonna keep repeating that for the next damn year. That's what we're gonna do. Until somebody knocks them off, they are the reigning, defending NBA champions. That's who they are, and that's how they will be recognized on this show and hopefully by everybody in the New York surrounding areas. It's a city of champions, baby. It's a serious champion. Now, what the hell them Yankees gonna do? What the hell them Yankees gonna do? Yankees ain't been since 2009. Notice I didn't bring up the Giants and the Jets. I'm not doing that to myself. I didn't bring up the Giants and the Jets. I didn't do that. All right? I ain't bring up the Islanders or the Rangers. I ain't do that. Okay? I'm talking about the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks. And some fool came over here with some damn Brooklyn Nets jersey. I'm like, listen, here's the problem with the Brooklyn Nets. You chose a borough. Who chooses a borough? You know what I'm saying? It's got to be the city or the state. You can't choose a borough. See, that's where the bad luck kept it. Listen, if Kevin Durant's feet wasn't so damn big, they'd have won the championship. Because that would have been a three-pointer instead of a two. They would have advanced to the finals against Phoenix, and they would have beat Phoenix, okay? They'd have beat Phoenix. But bad luck hit them because Kevin Durant's feet were too damn big. So that's what happened. But it's either here or there. It is what it is. Let's go to Seth in North Carolina. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Seth? Talk to me.
Not much, Stephen A. I mean, like you, I'm also happy the Knicks won their first time in 53 years. But having said that, I got one question with this team.
Yes, sir.
Who are we getting for center through?
What did you
Who are we
say?
getting for center? I'm happy with this team winning, the Knicks winning a title as well, but I've only got one question. Who are we getting as center number 3 for when Cat and Drummond are on the bench?
I don't know. But we'll wait to see whether we find it out. I'm just making fun of you, buddy. It's all love. It's all love. Listen, you got Andre Drummond. That's good. You want to get a third option. But the most important thing, I don't know if that was weed, y'all. Sounded like that. I don't know if he was on weed. But let me say this, man. Let me say this, Seth. Honestly speaking, the most important thing for the New York Knicks to do was to run it back with the Cats intact. And if you got your starting 5 intact and you still kept Landry Shamet and you still have McBride and you just get Andre Drummond to replace Mitchell Robinson, I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's bad. That's just me. That's how I feel about it. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel about it. But thank you for the call. Let's go to Greg in Michigan. You're live with Stephen A. Boom, shakalaka. What's going on, bro?
Stephen A., Mr. Positive, thank you very, very much for rooting for Messi in Argentina. And real quick, when are you taking off your shirt for General Hospital? Ow!
Well, you know, I mean, I wasn't going to bring that up. You know. But I do appear on General Hospital, the soap opera General Hospital. My character's name is Brick. I'm a surveillance expert for the mob. I murdered 2 people this year. I killed 2 people. You know what I'm saying? You're usually not supposed to be celebrating committing murder, but it was necessary. I had to protect my boss, you know what I'm saying? I had to pull out and take him out, you know? I had to do that. But now that that's over, they asked me to do a scene on General Hospital where I took off my shirt and tie. You know what I'm saying? I tried to tell people I was in shape. I corrected the error. See, I was nasty. Ain't nothing worse than skinny fat. That's what I was a few years ago because of COVID. I was about 208 pounds, and my body was like 30% body fat. Now my body fat is down below 10%. You understand? I'm on my game. So I'm about to be on General Hospital with my shirt off. I don't know whether it's today. I'm going to be on all 3 days, today, Monday, and Tuesday. And if not today, definitely Monday, you're going to see your boy with my shirt off. I'm just saying. So, you know, y'all can critique me if you want to. You know me, though. I ain't going to take my shirt off unless I'm ready. I'm not going to do that. I ain't going to embarrass myself. Ain't nothing nastier than skinny fat. Ain't nothing nastier than skinny. Fellas, don't let that happen to y'all. Where you're skinny with no definition, no muscle, and you got a belly, that's just nasty. That's what I was after COVID. That's not my game. You don't need to be bragging, my brother. You don't need to be bragging. Hour number 2 up next. Get that Met mascot out of my face. 2 of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you as I love to do every weekday from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over the airwaves of SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. Number to call up as always is 888 Mad Dog 6. It's 888 Mad Dog 6. It's 888-623-3646. Plus, the show re-airs from 6 to 8 p.m. every weeknight over the airwaves of SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. I'll get back to some NBA talk, some World Cup soccer talk, and all of that stuff if you want me to. I'm even willing to get into some NFL talk because obviously little more than a month away from the season beginning, and I'm looking forward to this NFL season. I'm looking forward to laughing at and trolling Cowboy fans everywhere. It is going to be a very, very enjoyable season because you see the Cowboys are going to be good enough to fool folks into believing they're real contenders, and they're going to get folks' hopes up, and they're going to set them up, and they're going to fall off that damn cliff when it really, really counts. And I just can't wait so I can laugh at Cowboy fans. I can't wait. I can't wait. To me, it's a no-brainer. Philadelphia is a team to be reckoned with, no doubt. Chicago with Caleb Williams is no joke. But the team to beat is the Los Angeles Rams. And by the way, I'm letting y'all know right now, don't let Aaron Donald come back. I want y'all to look at me right now. And I want y'all to imagine that somebody standing where I'm standing as the quarterback, and they walk up to the line of scrimmage before they got to sit up there and bend down and slide up behind center. And they look to their left. You understand? They look to their right, and that damn Myles Garrett is there. And they look into their left, and that man Aaron Donald is there. I don't think you'll ever see a quarterback throw more screen passes in our life. They ain't even trying to hold on to the damn football. Hell no. They don't want that smoke. Not those two cats coming at you. Nobody wants that at all. At all. So I just think that the Rams are definitely the team to beat, even though the Seattle Seahawks are the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. And as a result, it is what it is. Let me go to a different subject, please, before I get back to the calls. And this is involving Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark was complaining about the officiating and how a call wasn't made the other day. And because that happened, there was some noise about how there are folks out there favoring her, giving her preferential treatment, et cetera, et cetera. Commissioner Adam Silver of the NBA spoke out adamantly on her behalf, but he also called it political ping pong when it comes to her. And my point is, you got a whole bunch of people that's like, who's to blame? Is it contemporaries in the WNBA competing against her? Is it a commissioner that seems asleep at the wheel in Kathy Engelbert of the WNBA? Is it Caitlin Clark herself that does her share of instigating along the way and stuff like that happens? I want y'all to listen to me. I'm here to tell you it's all of them. Everybody at fault. Because see, the one thing that gets me mad, that ticks me off, is when people in my position or people in bigger positions or professional athletes who have been through it or whatever don't take the time to explain to y'all and paint a picture to y'all of what exactly is going on as youngsters, just so y'all maneuver through the minefield. You're not dumber than us, you're smarter than us. The issue is experience. Like showing you where the minefields are and what you have to maneuver your way through. And when the players, for example, whether it's NBA players or anybody else, get pissed off at me, I wish I could tell you I give a damn, but I don't. And the reason I don't give a damn is because I'm not saying it to hurt you. I'm saying it to help you. But I got to get on you in the moment for what you did to let you know it's not wise to do that. Because that's what looking out is. And a lot of times, these cats interpret it as you not looking out, but that's exactly what you are. Because if I wasn't looking out, I don't have to say anything. I can just let you continue to mess up. But I'm telling you, you got to maneuver your way through it. So let's get back to the WNBA. Caitlin Clark can ball. She also happens to be a white girl who can ball. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. I want you to pause for a second and realize this. Do you understand that Magic Johnson would not have been Magic Johnson if it were not for Larry Bird? Do you understand that Dr. J wouldn't have been Dr. J if it were not, as great as he was in the NBA, if it were not for Larry Bird? A rising tide lifts all boats. It lifts all boats. You can't look at it and resent that tide that has the ability to lift all boats. That's Caitlin Clark. Everybody want to talk about, oh my goodness, the WNBA is this, the WNBA is that. I see Arliss in the audience. I love you, my man. It's good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you. Let me tell you something. It's one of the great ones right there. Y'all don't even know who y'all looking at. One of the great actors, you know, is doing Arliss, played the role of sports agent, a superstar. That man is special. Good to see you, my man. Let me get back to this. And I want everybody to listen to me because this is about bringing people together. This is not divisive. This is nothing like that. It's about understanding something. Caitlin Clark, no matter what, as much effort as the WNBA ladies have put forth to grow and big up their sport, it still didn't take the next step until Caitlin Clark arrived. I'm talking about the next step in terms of ratings, revenue. She is the one that came along. And when she came along, that stuff elevated. You had people resenting her for it. Why? Think about it. Angel Reese is a hell of a player. But essentially, she is a defender and a rebounder. A defender and a rebounder ain't getting that shine. But she got it because she was a nemesis of Caitlin Clark. Ride that wave. Make it happen. Caitlin Clark arrives on the WNBA. Do y'all know a month into her arrival, they switched to putting the teams on chartered jets? She did that. What you resenting her for? She going out on the basketball court, and over the last year and a half, she has missed more games than she has played. How is that good for the league? That's not good for the league. I'm not telling you you don't compete with her. I'm not telling you you soft soak it and don't go all out against her. What I'm saying is, while competing with her, you also love her because she's helping you. Magic and Bird went against one another for multiple championships. But they were boys off the court because they realized how much they benefited one another. How do you forget all of that? How do you not see all of that? So if you can't, and then when the commissioner comes along and he says political ping pong, because she's white and she can play, and we're living in a climate that we're living in, these damn politicians are going to utilize that to contribute to a divide because you got a binary system and you got to vote for one side over the other, so they're going to favor her because they're trying to paint somebody else on the other side as an enemy, and that divisiveness kicks in, and we all buy into it. I'm saying we need to stop that. We need to stop buying into that stuff. All of us are here. I see black people here. I see white people here. I see Hispanics here. I see all kinds of folks. Last time I see everybody getting along, if you sit back and you get together and you talk to one another, you'll find out you got more in common than you don't. And so what if you disagree? It ain't the end of the world. It's okay. It's important that you understand it. That ain't for everybody. Listen, people gonna come at me, debating me about the things that I said. I don't consider them the enemy because of that. You might make a good point. I'm going like this. I tell people all the time, I've never lost a debate in my life. They say, how? I say, because either I'm right or I learn. And if I'm learning, how did I lose? So if you get the better of me in a debate, then I walked away from it smarter than I arrived, which makes me better for the next debate, and the debate after that, and the debate after that. That's how we got to start thinking. The WNBA has to start thinking like that. Caitlin Clark is not the enemy. She's your friend. Those other ladies ain't her enemies. And she has to know that too. And the commissioner has to commit herself to being a leader and bringing everybody together so we're able to look at politicians that try to politicize it and tell them to kiss our ass. Go up on Capitol Hill and do your job. Stop trying to sit up there and get in the way of regular folks out here just trying to work hard, earn an honest living, and live their life. Go do your damn job. That's what we got to get accustomed to doing. Because if we don't, it's going to be a collective sinking ship. And you don't want that. This is America, baby. This is America. For all the divisiveness, for all the problems, for everything that we endured, bottom line is this. People from all over the world want to get here because it's the land of opportunity. It's the land of opportunity. The politicians that sit up there and run their mouth and try to invade the sports world and contribute to the division, don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Caitlin Clark can ball, period. But so can Asia Wilson. And let me tell y'all something right now. Brace yourself for when Juju Watkins shows up in the WNBA from USC, because that girl is a show. Paige Beckers can ball. By the way, another white girl. What'd she do the other day? Speak up on behalf of black coaches. There's decent people all over the place. Let's just remember that. We got a lot of problems with a lot of people. And damn it, people that are assholes, call them out. Call them out. But when people doing things right, give them credit. It's just that simple. It's called being fair. And that's what we got to remember. 888 Mad Dog 6 is always the number to call up. That's 888-623-3646. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, SiriusXM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Back to the calls we go. Let's go to Tim in Sacramento. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Tim?
What's up, Stephen A?
Talk to me. What's going on?
Hey, Stephen A., look at this. If LeBron goes to Miami, this would be the second back-to-back international player that he's going to be paired with coming from Luka Doncic.
I don't even count Luka. Because LeBron inherited Luka because the Lakers traded for him like a thief in the night because the Dallas Mavericks inexplicably gave him away for Anthony Davis. This is LeBron's decision. He's a free agent, so he's joining whoever he goes to, as opposed to having to inherit them through no control of his own. I don't view it the same way you do, sir. I just don't, Tim. All right? Appreciate the call, though. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go to Jeff in Florida. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Jeff? Talk to me.
Stephen A., respect, my brother.
Thank you. Go ahead, man.
I just want to know, how is your New York Knicks going to fare against Miami Heat if we get LeBron and Philly? How do you think?
Well, you know what? It'll be a challenge. It'll be a challenge, no doubt about it. But you know what? You know what? I'm still going with the Knicks until you get perimeter shooting.
Perimeter shooting, we got Fontecchio, we got Portis comes off the bench. We got Tim Hardaway.
Well, listen, I know you think you got him, but I'm not going with that. That's number one. Number two, watch your tone. We the reigning defending champions. We the reigning defending champions. What you mean what the New York Knicks are going to do against Miami? What's Miami going to do against the New York Knicks? That's the way you frame that question. You frame that question for champions, and you show respect and deference. The champions are New York. Okay? Just remember that.
Respect, though. Respect, man.
All right. Respect. No question. Appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Jermaine in Miami. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Jermaine?
What's up, Stephen A? You know who you guys keep on disrespecting on our squad in Miami?
How we disrespecting them? How you disrespecting them when you got them as a top 4 team in the East?
Wiggins.
Say what?
I mean, you still forgetting we got Andrew Wiggins.
You know what?
Wiggins is no scrub.
Hold it, bro. I gotta confess to you, you absolutely right. I'll be damned if I didn't forget about Andrew Wiggins. I was snoring. You absolutely right. I was snoring. You know why? Because he shows up once every 5 games. That's why.
You're not gonna tell me Wiggins can't guard James Harden. He can't guard.
Wiggins can guard a lot of people. Why was Miami not in the playoffs? He was there. He was there.
All right.
Yeah, right. Damn right. Say it louder, Jermaine. Don't whisper that. You said, all right, say it louder. Don't whisper it. Don't whisper it. Okay?
I'll tell you the Knicks ain't going back, though, over Miami dead body.
Okay. Well, you know what? The champions. We the champions until we not. You know that, right? We are the champions until we are not. Bob in Texas. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Bob?
Hello.
Bob, you're live on the air, my brother. Go ahead.
Hey, good. Thanks for getting me on. Hey, real quick, you brought up Caitlin Clark. Of course, I wanted to talk about the Broncos. But you had a guy on your show on First Take, I think it was Monday, and he was kind of brushing Caitlin Clark to the sides, like, you know, everyone's gone through it, you know, coming to the WNBA or the NBA. Don't you think this is miles apart? They are beating this girl up, and it's different. Wouldn't you agree with that? It's not the same?
I will say this to you. I don't watch the WNBA all the time, but I will tell you that the ladies that do work with me every day, and they say no. It's just more publicized because it's Caitlin Clark. They say what she's enduring is quite normal, which is why you have folks irritated by it, because they say it happens all the time. But if it happened to somebody else other than Caitlin, we wouldn't say anything. But when it happens to Caitlin, all of a sudden we're paying attention to it. And you have to confess, sir, that they just might have a point, Bob. Why? Because you probably didn't watch the WNBA either until Caitlin Clark arrived there. Which means you would know now about things. Which means you would know now about stuff you didn't know about then because you wasn't watching.
Yeah, but you got sometimes what you see is what you see. But I'll go to my next point real quick. I know you jammed up. You are drinking the Kool-Aid about those Rams. The Rams got the Broncos week 3. I know you're going to laugh at this. So they got to come into Denver. And one thing I think that we hang our hat on is Sean Payton, the way he knows how to scheme. And I'll give you an example. You have great players in the league, but some coaches, they can take him out the game, i.e., in fact, Micah Parsons. He's a great player, but he went up against Shanahan in San Francisco, and they took him totally out the game. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to have a plan for Myles Garrett. They're going to have a plan for Aaron Donald. Stafford's not able to run away from that pass rush, and I'm picking the Broncos week 3, not because I'm biased. I just think we have the better coach.
Well, let me ask you a question. You think Sean Payton's that big of a better coach than Sean McVay? You think he's a better coach definitively than Mike McDonald? Last time I checked, the Rams are the favorites and the Seattle Seahawks are the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. Now, me personally, I believe that if Bo Nix hadn't gotten hurt, Denver would have been in the Super Bowl against Seattle, and it would have been a much better game than New England gave them. But that doesn't negate the fact that y'all didn't get it done, okay? That the only thing fly about y'all that Sunday night at the AFC Championship game was Jarrett Stidham's wife, who was rocking that white mink coat. Other than that, there was nothing attractive about their offense, okay? And you got the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams that are considered the top 2 teams in the National Football League.
That's fair.
All right.
I will call you in 5 weeks, sir.
That's right. Ain't nobody hiding. I'm here all week long. 888 Mad Dog 888-623-3646. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. I'm trying to figure out why this dude is standing in front of me so proud wearing a Mets jersey and a Mets hat. I mean, my Lord, you talk about a team that sucks. I mean, you talk about the New York Mets. You're the second largest payroll in all of baseball. You spent over $340 million, and you got the second worst record in the entire National League. What a disgrace. Oh, my Lord. Juan Soto, how do you feel? Juan Soto, how do you feel about being a New York Met now? It's a rhetorical question. It's a rhetorical question. 888 Mad Dog 6, 888-623-3646. More of your calls in a minute. You're listening live to Stephen A. SiriusXM, Mad Dog Sports Radio.
Back to the Stephen A. Smith Show on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Here's Stephen A. at Fanatics Fest NYC.
Sergio in Chicago. You're live with Stephen A. SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. What's up, Sergio? How are you?
What's up, Stephen A., man? It's an honor to speak to you. Man, I just wanted to ask, man, do you agree that it's selfish on LeBron's behalf for dragging this decision, like selfish to the teammates of whatever team he's going to join?
No, I don't. No. I don't think it's selfish to the team. I don't think it's selfish. Hold on. I don't think it's selfish to the team he's going to join. I do think one could argue that, you know, he's a drama king. He wants the attention. He's showing that the attention really matters. That's what it's hard for him to let go of. He's showing that. You know, you have some people that don't mind walking away. They don't want to shine. They're over it. They're done. He ain't over it. He likes that applause. He likes the allure. He likes that. You know, when Michael Jordan walked away, Michael Jordan was done. Michael Jordan, I mean, he was so suffocated with the notoriety, the fame, the attention. He was done. And I know this because I've known him for years. But a guy like LeBron, he clearly doesn't mind the attention. But it's his right. He's earned it, you know? This is one of the greatest players that have ever played the game. And it's not like he's some scrub that's trying to hold on for attention. LeBron James right now is still one of the top 15 players in the world. When you consider all that he brings to a basketball team. Last year, believe it or not, even though the numbers didn't show it because he averaged 20 instead of 25, I think last season was one of his best seasons of his career. He was a third option. He was willing to defer and be a leader. He defended 5 different positions. He played 4 different positions. LeBron James played all 5 positions defensively. And defensively. And offensively, he played 4 different positions. I mean, damn. And oh, by the way, he's 14 years older than Luka Doncic. He's 13 years older than Austin Reeves. And neither of them was ready when the playoffs started. But LeBron was. I mean, at some point in time, man, you know, you just got to give it to him in that regard. Now, I ain't giving him GOAT status because I got 2 eyes and I saw Michael Jordan. And anybody that don't understand, you better recognize. But that's about it. Outside of that, he deserves all the praise he receives. And I'm not going to deny that to him, ever. He deserves it. He just does. And if he wants to drag this out with the World Cup going on, and instead he wants people talking about him, and then the World Cup is over, he's going to come up with his decision, it's his right. It's his right. Personally, that's how I look at it. 888 Mad Dog 6, 888-623-3646. Ian in Virginia, you're live with Stephen A. What's up, Ian?
Hey, how are you doing, Stephen A?
I'm all right. Thank you for calling. What's up?
So I have a couple questions for you. This is about LeBron James. So you mentioned GOAT status, right? So if LeBron goes back to Cleveland, say if he plays there for 2 more seasons, if he wins 2 more rings, if he has 6 rings, do you consider him the GOAT?
No.
If he wins 2 more rings?
No. I keep telling you, I got 2 eyes. I know what I saw when Michael Jordan was playing. And oh, by the way, if LeBron were to do that, have you taken this into consideration, sir? He would have done it in 25 years. Jordan did it in 13. Do you realize that Michael Jordan won a title 46% of the time he was in Chicago? LeBron is still at around 17%. Do you realize that? Do you understand? I know what I saw with my own 2 eyes. It's not a knock against him. It's not a knock against him. Everybody says it's a knock against him. Well, then I'm knocking every other player who has ever played the game of basketball. Kareem, Russell, Maravich, Bird, Magic, Kobe, Duncan. It don't matter. There is one GOAT, and it is Michael Jordan. That is what it is. I know what I saw with my own 2 eyes. That's not knocking or denigrating anybody. I'm simply saying Michael Jordan is one of one. One of one. And let me tell you something. I truly believe this from the bottom of my heart. The only people that disagree with me are people that have personal animosity against him or folks too young and ignorant to know better. All you got is video. You don't know no better. Anybody that watched Michael Jordan in real time perform in big games and big moments, you don't understand that this brother was one of one. Do you understand? I don't know if anybody's ever put this to y'all about Michael Jordan and GOAT status. let me tell you, this is what I'm going to do. And just nod your head because the audience doesn't really hear you like that. They hear me. Here's the deal. Just nod your head. When I go down this list, I don't think anybody's ever done it like this. I'm going to tell you Michael Jordan's GOAT status by virtue of telling you who didn't win a title just because of him. I'm going to give you a list of names. Are you ready? Mark Price and Brad Daugherty and Larry Nance and those boys didn't win a title. Patrick Ewing, Oakley, and the crew in New York didn't win a title. Charles Barkley didn't win a title. Kevin Johnson didn't win a title. Dan Marley didn't win a title. Karl Malone. I'm not talking about when they showed up with the Lakers in the waning days or Miami, whatever. I'm not talking about that Gary Payton and Karl Malone. I'm talking about before. Didn't do it. John Stockton didn't win a title because of Michael Jordan. Reggie Miller didn't win a title because of Michael Jordan. You understand me? Look at the names that I threw out Hall of Famers out there. And here's the thing. These folks, not the names that I mentioned, but I'm talking about the average viewer out there. Here's what some people want to get slick and they want to say. They want to talk to you and they want to say, well, look at the way the game is played now as an excuse. It's faster, there's more running, there's more injuries because there's more legs that you got to use. No, as the game evolves, so do the people who play it. Excuse me. So what I'm saying is, whatever the game was when Michael Jordan played is what he did. And the Michael Jordan that come along later, he would have adapted to what's going on now and won that way. Period. That's what I'm saying. So in the end, it's like, to me, if you want to sit up there and you want to say LeBron, go to LeBron after he won or when he first won his title. From that point forward, you might have a point. My point is I get to look at the finals against Dallas when this brother couldn't score in the fourth quarter being guarded by J.J. Barea, okay, or Jason Terry. And I'm like, that didn't happen to Michael Jordan. That can't happen. See, that's the reality. You could take it in boxing, right? Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Y'all may not know about him. You should. Phenomenal fighter. Knockout artist. Brother put you to sleep. I saw him turn Roberto Duran's head 180. 180 degrees. That's how vicious his knockout was. But I also saw him lose to Sugar Ray Leonard and marvelous Marvin Hagler and Iran Barkley. What I'm saying is that he was great. Hall of Famer. Nobody could take anything away from him. Absolutely, positively true. But he wasn't them. Because they were great too. And the difference was they beat him head up. There's no way around it. Floyd Money Mayweather is unblemished. Greatest defensive fighter we have ever seen. Undefeated, unblemished. But we get to look at a Sugar Ray Leonard and say he might have been able to take him. Might look at that. You understand? Might look at a Hearns against a Mayweather. Hitman. Might look at something like that. We get to compare. We get to look at it. And I'm saying I did my comparisons. And doing my comparisons ain't nothing to talk about. I know who the hell the GOAT is in the sport of basketball. Ain't a damn thing to talk about. Y'all talking to the wrong person. Terrence in Oklahoma. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Terrence?
Hey, what's up, boss man?
Talk to me.
I was talking about the WNBA, and I like the point that you made earlier about everybody prospering from Caitlin Clark being there. I think that the main problem that everybody has with her is a lot of these fouls aren't basketball plays. If those girls, you can go out there and you can be physical and you can rub people up and you can do what you need to do, and as long as you're making basketball plays, people aren't going to have a problem with it. But when you slapping a girl across her head, punching her in her throat, throwing her down when she don't even have the ball, that's the problem that people have with it. And until those girls realize that, like you said, a month in her getting into the league, they were on charter planes before they riding Frontier and Spirit. I just don't understand the philosophy. I don't understand the WNBA's commissioner's philosophy, why she doesn't address it publicly. I mean, maybe you can enlighten me on some of that stuff since she sat around with a lot of ex-players.
Well, listen, the bottom line is this. Some people might be advising her not to be as forthcoming and outspoken about certain things. And that could be a reality. But the reality is that we saw her receiving resentment from players in past seasons, the past year or two. And what I'm saying is it's not advisable. It's not advisable because that's the cash cow. Ride the wave. Don't hate. Emulate. Respect what she brings to the table and capitalize off of that. Listen, I do television, right? And I've been very, very blessed to have the success that I've had. God has blessed me, and I'm very, very thankful. But it started with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless was the one that brought me on First Take. I'm not where I am today if Skip Bayless doesn't do that. And Skip Bayless established the format that I was able to take to another level. It started with him. All of us have somebody we get to lean on. Just because you lean on somebody else doesn't take away from what you've accomplished. Speaking of Skip Bayless, he just texted me right here. All right? It doesn't take away from what you've accomplished. You don't have to strip appreciation for somebody else to elevate your own shine. You can do both. You can appreciate them, plus appreciate your own efforts and move forward. It's called being a grown-up. Let's remember that. 888 Mad Dog 6 is the number to call. It's 888-623-3646. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, SiriusXM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. The one and only Logan Paul is up next. Brother doing big things, y'all. And it's not just in the sport of wrestling. You know, I mean, he's always in character and stuff like that, but he can teach folks a lot of stuff. Brother know how to make money, I can tell you that. He's real smart, too. A lot of fun to be around. The one and only Logan Paul is up next. Don't go away. You're watching and listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, SiriusXM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Back with more in a minute. 44 minutes past hour number 2 back here on the Stephen A. Smith Show, SiriusXM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. You know, one of the things I did growing up, I watched a lot of wrestling. I come from the good old days, as I call them. You know, Hulk Hogan, Randy, Macho Man Savage, the Ultimate Warrior, people like that. You know, Magnum TA, Ric Flair, you know, Dusty Rhodes, the whole bit. But I love what I'm seeing now as well, and I think they do a great job. And my next guest is one of those people. He'll be up here in a couple of minutes or so because he's doing big things, no doubt about it. Knows what he's doing. Just recently had tricep surgery. So, you know, but he's all right. He'll be ready to go. Make no mistake about it. Looking forward to talking to him about it. But I love those days. I love those days. I mean, it was the NWA, it was the WWE. I love stuff like that. You know? That's just me. But the hell with it. I like what I'm seeing right now, too. The one and only Logan Paul is in the house. Come on up, big boy. He's coming in a second. He likes dramatic entrances. That's what he does. What's going on, my man? Here he is.
What up, baby?
How you doing, my man? How's everything going? How you feeling, bro?
Yes, sir. Man, I'm exhausted and hungry, bro. They got me running around.
Well, you know how that goes.
Yeah, I know, but I brought up some lunch because I have to eat, dude.
That's right.
I'm telling you, my blood sugar's gonna.
I don't mind.
I'm cooked otherwise. Thank you for understanding.
You can talk while you eat, though. You do that.
I can do it. What's up, Stephen A?
But listen, man. First of all, thank you for having me on your podcast show, doing this stuff. How many damn followers do you have now? Was it 23, 24 million?
This guy. I don't know. Way more than that, bro.
I think probably more than that.
I mean,
right?
cross-platform. You're looking at over 100 million, bro.
Well, I was just talking about one platform, but I got you. I got you. I was just talking about one platform.
Which one? Which one?
I was just saying Instagram. That's all.
Oh,
I was
Instagram. Yeah, 20.
What would you describe your life as being now compared to what it was 5 or maybe a little bit longer than that when the world first knew who came to know who Logan Paul was?
Well, first and foremost, I grew up. Like, I actually became an adult. Which sounds like such a ridiculous sentence until you look at the type of behavior that I was doing.
Okay.
And like, I watch some of my old content and cringe. It's like I find it like some of it truly unbearable. Mm-hmm. And I could see a lot of people wondering like this kid, will he ever grow up? And not only did I grow up and become an adult, I got a beautiful wife, I have a daughter, I moved into a house I love, and I have a job. You know, I have a job with the WWE.
How old is your daughter?
She's almost 2.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
Do you have any idea what you're in for? Do you have any idea what you're in for?
No, you got to tell me, bro. What am I? What
my
can
brother,
I
I just got back from Wimbledon. I took my 2 daughters there. They made me take them there. They took my credit card. They went. I said, one's 18, one's 17. I mean, they run your life.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yes.
You understand that you have no rights. that you are going to be at the complete mercy of your daughter. You do understand that? I mean, that should be a case already because she's a beautiful little 2-year-old.
It is.
But what I'm saying is, as she gets older and she can talk more and articulate what she wants, you do understand you're not going to be able to say no. Have you accepted that?
This girl has my heart. I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared. And she already runs it, dude.
But you understand she's going to pit you against the wife.
What?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
She's going to pit you against the wife.
What are you talking about, Steven?
In other words, the mom is going to say no. And then she's going to go to Dad. And she's going to say, Dad, I want to do this. First, she's not going to tell you. She's going to keep it from you that the wife told her no, that mama told her no. Then when she gets busted, Logan, then you're going to go like this. What are you doing? And she's going to look at you, Daddy.
I know.
Daddy.
I know.
I mean, you do understand that that's what's next for you.
So, bro, when I tell you that my wife and I have run scenarios, I'm trying to get my reps in of like how I'm gonna deal with like saying no to the girl.
Right.
And bro, every time we practice this scenario, it's like, Daddy, can I go out? It's 9 p.m. I want to go hang out with my friends, and can I get $50? I'm like, no, it's a school night. Whatever.
Oh, bad news. $50 ain't even in the equation.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, the minute they learn to count, it's a minimum of 100. It's a minimum of 100, and and once she figured out she could get the 100, it's gonna be 1,000.
You know why this sucks, bro?
Why?
Because when I was growing up, if I asked my father for $100, do you know the type of repercussions there would be? Like $100, bro. We talk about, bro. Can't even make you dinner, bro. You guys want me $100?
Right.
And this little girl is gonna grow up in an environment where, like, I don't really have any reason to deny her the $100 other than to, like, try to instill some, like, work ethic into her. But how can I do that when she's giving me, like,
that's right,
batting her eyelashes and, like, Daddy, please, I really want this thing.
And here's where it's gonna get tough. See, I'm helping you out here. Here's where it's gonna get tough because, see, when she pits the mom against the dad,
oh my God,
you won't want to disappoint her.
No, I know.
But if you don't disappoint her and you side with her, you alienate the wife. And the wife is the one. If the wife is the one that is gonna keep you warm.
I can't do that.
That's not. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I'd have to go with the wife, bro. Trust me, I do not want my wife upset. I cannot do that.
Right.
It's not good. You know what? Do you have a son?
No, I have 2 daughters.
Okay. So maybe a son could balance out the equation.
It's true. The son would.
You know what I'm saying?
The son would. You need to work on that. You need to work on that.
I'm gonna get on.
Because the son comes, right? Then the daughter is going to be the big sister, but she's going to have to torture him first.
Yes.
So she's going to be preoccupied with torturing the son.
Yes, it's torture.
Which means she won't be torturing you.
You got to get a son, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
Get on your son game.
I got to ask you, have you thought about, first of all, I'm assuming the wife has been to some of your fights. Some of your matches.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to let the little girl be at some of your matches?
So the answer is yes. Yes.
Okay.
But explaining to her what professional wrestling is, I imagine is going to be a little difficult. Like, how does she, like, Cody Rhodes has a thing he tells his kids. I think he says, like, Daddy's pretend fighting with his friends.
Right.
So maybe I'll just give that a go. But to be honest with you, so she's 2, right?
Right.
And man, WWE is hard. I would love to do WWE for a minimum another 5 years.
Right.
And maybe I'll be one of those guys who has a 10, 15-year career, you know, and maybe they'll stop booing me eventually.
Right.
Not that that's what I want, but, like, maybe they'll try to start cheering at one point. However, if I'm on the shorter side, like, I don't know, like, I'd be very lucky if my daughter could see me professionally wrestle. I think it would be really cool for her to see her dad do something that he loves and is good at in front of the people, so she understands kind of who her dad is.
How much do you love what you're doing, considering all that you can do? You're a marketing wizard. You got your company Prime.
Thank you.
You're a businessman. Obviously, you know how much respect I have for you and Jake. I've always had respect for y'all. And I've always appreciated Jake because even though people get on him for being obnoxious, I always appreciated the fact that, he went out there and showed boxers. You don't need to be at the mercy of promoters in order to make fights happen. And I got a lot of respect for him for that. But I'm looking at you right now and I'm wondering, how much longer do you want to do this? And if you're not doing this, what is it that Logan Paul wants to do?
It's a great question. To be honest with you, I'm still kind of figuring it out. I love collectibles. I'm making a play in the collectible industry right now, but WWE is my focus.
Right.
And I don't even know what I would like do otherwise. I'd find something. I like creating, and in the WWE, I get to create.
Right.
I get to make people feel. I get to tell stories and paint on the canvas that is the mat, and build these matches and use my body to express the story that we're trying to tell. I find it all very beautiful, and I really enjoy it. So, dude, I'll be doing it as long as I possibly can. And man, you mentioned my brother. Like, I couldn't be more proud of him because he's just changing the game in more ways than one. And we both have a bit of like occupational ADD, where we kind of need that ability to hop around and exercise different parts of our brain. Because I don't think I could do one thing.
I was proud of Jake for getting in the boxing ring against a big-time heavyweight like an Anthony Joshua. But why did it have to be that dude who was so much bigger?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know, Steven. Like, when he told me he was fighting Anthony Joshua, like, I was just like,
wow.
I'm sorry, how do you think this is going to go, my guy?
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to go? But he's got this delusional confidence, which, by the way, is the reason why he is where he is.
Right.
And arguing with that delusional confidence, I've found, is a futile exercise. when he says he's going to do something, he literally morphs reality. I've never seen anything like it. Jake Paul has this ability to bend the world to his will through his mind and his work. It's so admirable.
And how is that different between him and you? What's the difference?
I think he sets his goals a little loftier. I try to think I'm a slightly more grounded in reality. Like, bro, when he told me he was fighting Anthony Joshua,
right?
Not in that moment, I was like, bro, you genuinely probably have like a 1 to 2% chance of winning. But in Jake's head, he goes, yo, I got a 1% chance of winning, my guy. I'm like, whoa, like, I'm seeing this completely different than you.
Makes sense.
But to him, he's like, you know, hypothetically speaking, if Jake would have beaten or knocked out Anthony Joshua, legitimately would go down as one of the greatest upsets
without question
in sports.
Without question.
He's willing to take that risk. 99.9% of people would never do that.
That's a great point.
Unless they're making $40 million.
That's a great way to explain it, no doubt about it. Getting back to you, Logan Paul, obviously your brilliance in marketing. I told all of these people to stay here and listen to you because you know how to market. You talked about being a content creator. You talked about how what's the gift of being able to find something that so many millions of people out there want to see, for all the aspiring content creators out there?
Yeah.
What's the ingredient to those success?
All right, so I'll drop some nuggets on you. So marketing is really only the ability to make people care, okay? If you can make people care about something, feel something, think about something, you've won. How do you do that? Well, there are a lot of ways. Some of it is organic and comes internally, like this is a good idea and that seems fresh. But a lot of it, for people who are interested and maybe don't even know where to start, I encourage you to allow yourself to be inspired by people who are doing it or doing the thing that you admire. I will watch behind the scenes videos on how a story is told or how it's made, or I'll study commercials and say, oh, I was hooked there. It's like an intuition about the ability to captivate. That's all marketing is. I've been doing it now for 11 years, so I've gotten pretty good at the ability to captivate. But if you can tell a story, which by the way is the seed of the best marketers in the world, if you can tell a story, it is the easiest way to get people to feel something about your product.
Gotcha.
It's not always easy, and that's where the magic comes in, but that's all it is, bro. It's actually quite simple.
Gotcha.
How do I make someone care about a hydration drink, right? How do I do it? By the way, I was faced with that question. The guys from Congo Brands came to me, who are our manufacturers and distributors of Prime, beverage experts. They said, hey, we want to make a hydration beverage with you. We think the market is untapped and there's an ability for an influencer disruption.
Right.
I said, man, that's such an honor.
Wow.
But how, like, who's going to buy the Logan Paul drink? What is that stuff?
And now people are buying it.
Well, because I found KSI. There's a story. The story is we fought twice, great bouts, the entire internet tuned in. We hung out in person, we got along, we actually liked each other. Oh my gosh, they're not doing a third fight, they're starting a company together.
Wow.
So the story, I always say this, the story behind Prime is it's actually a love story. It's two people who literally beat the shit out of each other and came together to make a product. There's a baked-in story.
I only got 30 seconds left.
I love
so
you,
I gotta
Stephen
go,
A.
man.
Yeah,
Love you, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Proud of you, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Yeah.
The one
Let's
and only
go.
Logan Paul.
Give it up to
right
Stephen
here,
A.
here. I appreciate you, man. Always looks out for me. Always looks out for me. Him and his brother. Really, really appreciate it. All the best to you. Triceps all right? All right. The one and only Logan Paul right here with Stephen A. SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. I hope y'all heard those nuggets, because if somebody would know something about promoting and marketing, it would be him. It would be the Pauls. I think they've proven that much. That's it for this edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show. I've enjoyed being out here with y'all at the Javits Center. Congrats to Fanatics Fest, 3rd annual Fanatics Fest. Got packed house here in New York City. People from all over the country coming here to enjoy this. All the marvelous athletes that have been here and everybody else. It's been big time. I've been here as well all day. I'm about to get on out of here. But y'all enjoy yourself. Mad Dog Russo is up next. Until next time, everybody, peace and love. God bless. I'm out.